Hello, good whatever time it is where you are. This is another go around at Trinity Continuum, Anima Masks in the Mirror, and welcome to the Onyx Path channel for that. We are going to have some fun today with our players. We're unfortunately missing one, but we'll get to that in the story wise as well. We'll be fine with that. But this is gonna be a fun one. But before we talk about the game, let's talk about the players. Let's start with introductions on this side. Max, could you introduce yourself real quick?
Hello, my name is Max, professional GM, been in the hobby for a very long time and a small-time indie game designer. I'm very glad to be here. Should I tell who I'm playing?
Yes, please. Let's do that.
I'm playing Joseph, also Magisterium in the game, and pretty sad, old guy, kind of stuck in a difficult situation. Now, at least.
Yeah, perfect. Awesome. I think the next one down would be Kelly.
Hey everybody, I'm Kelly. I'm the host and main GM over at Dork Tales, an actual play channel where you can watch good friends in the Pacific Northwest play good games with some fun stories. I'm also a professional writer and voice actor, and right now Puppy Daddy, which you can't see because the puppy is asleep on my lap below the camera level, but I'm sure he'll come out in a little bit. And he is very sleepy. He's a good boy. That's me. I'm not a good boy though. I'm playing the hell's my name? Besides Bright Witch Riku, I'm also playing Lachlan McRae, who's basically John Wick with a haircut, which
Perfect.
means nothing. What is he then?
Not John Wick. Oh, damn.
John
Um,
Wick. He's John Wick with like a shave and a haircut. God, what a loser.
I mean, yeah, it's just
Is he like
nameless,
Hitman
nameless
Agents
assassin.
47?
Um, all right. I mean,
Yep.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. Red.
Hello. I'm Red, known around the internet by a variety of different names. I'm a Magic the Gathering streamer, D&D content creator, stuff. And today I'm playing Dr. Sam Cromwell and Designation Wild.
Perfect. Last but not least, just because I have glaring eyes staring at me. If I was gonna say anything else self-deprecating, uh, I am the game runner here for this particular game. My name's Michael, and I am a streamer by AsteriskVtuber. Uh, on other days, and other days I'm a composer, voice actor, writer, fun stuff, and I play every other character in this game, which is fun. Great deal of stuff. Right before we get into the game, however, there's a couple of things I want to mention to pay the bills. There is a particular promotion going on. There are select Chronicles of Darkness, Monarchies of Mao, Exalted Third Edition, Mage the Ascension 20th Anniversary Edition, and Legend lore books, screens, and dice are up to 75% off. It says for a few more days. I don't know how many days, so you should probably get on that. I'm gonna get you a link for the. I just started inspecting the page instead. That is not what I wanted to do. Get you one of these. Looks like a fun deal. I really hope it's still on. But with all that said, let's get into what happened in our game last time. Previously, you were. Hold on. What is going on here? Is everybody is this going? Is this running? Why is
What's going on?
I'm trying to turn on the music and the roll 20 is
Oh yes, the roll 20. The roll 20 for Cusco.
frozen.
Cusco is roll 20. Let me find that too.
There you
Red sneaking out. Don't let him go.
go.
I think it's very odd.
You're
Over
mine.
there.
When you're here, you're mine. Anyways. Um.
We're not
Last
trapped
time.
on Onyx Path with you. Anyway.
Last time, we are. Lower this a little bit. We escaped the clutches of the unknown G-men, apparently, essentially. and you were able to get a radio, an analog radio that they kind of had on purpose to kind of keep everything as difficult to track as possible. But luckily for you, being able to grab the radio and your other expert is there to essentially help you grab that information. Sophie is incredibly good at tech, you realize, as she was able to trace something analog through radio waves and got you at least some sort of a lead. When you contacted this person, she essentially gave you a way to a little bit more information, but is definitely a third party in this entire situation, just like you are, realizing that you've been kind of caught in between whatever is happening in the game and potentially whatever Optech wants to do. That's where all of these small visions come from, or like these videos come from. That's what seems to have unveiled your locations. Luckily for you, thanks to Sophie once again, none of you have to deal with the GPSs that were in your glass before anymore, so that's good. But there is something to be said about this entire situation and how much there seems to be. You did find another name in the ether of things. The CEO of QTech, Victor Quinn, is the VIP is going to come to the city in about a day. Victor is part of QTech, which is a information broker, a global information broker that essentially connects people with all sorts of different things and how you would transport information and how you would secure information. So having a person like that in the area, there seems to be something else going on. There's something that Optech and some of the other corporations may be planning for Cascade, and we really don't know. So besides other things that you would want to investigate, the choice for everybody was essentially to take a little bit of a break, rest a bit, and dive back into the game and see what's happening there. But before we do that, Joseph, your sleep was mostly undisturbed. Mostly, I say. Because there were still memories, little memories that come about. Almost like hints. A specific person from your past that potentially has other ways to help, maybe. But at this point, you don't know, you aren't thinking about how they could help you. You only see the little things that happened. You were with Ellie
Or
for
probably.
quite a while.
Yeah, there were a lot of little things.
But every single time it seems like you had some particular thing that happened within the city. You saw something happen within the city. As a security person, it's not necessarily that you brushed it aside, but you understood that change happens. You understand that there needs to be some sort of order. Whether or not it's someone that on the corporate level that gives you the money for it and tells you to do it. You don't really spend a lot of time thinking about right or wrong, but Ellie does.
Indeed.
your mind kind of draws to a particular memory. You preparing for another day, and very obviously, she's sitting in front of a computer. The screen kind of still reflecting on her face, and that bright glow kind of tells you she hasn't slept. And as you kind of walk past her, she just... You're going out there again.
Well, I should.
Yes.
What's up with you?
There...
Get some sleep.
I can't. You do know that... Even though we just moved to Cascade, it doesn't change anything. You see a small map on her screen. She kind of points around. You see these districts? They're prime targets. Just like before. Wherever we move, wherever your job puts us, it's the same thing. It's probably worse here. The prettier it is on the outside, the more...
Ellie, come on. We should take care of ourselves. You should seriously get some sleep.
How are you...
You can't fix all these problems.
You have to try. You can't just turn a blind eye to all this. Just because we live a little bit better doesn't mean everybody
Not
else
turning
should
a
suffer.
blind eye. I'm just saying we're too small for this.
I mean,
Having a nice life for yourself is nothing to be ashamed of.
it is when you see other people and how they live.
I do get it. It's just
Whatever.
all you will get for this is more trouble and more anxiety. I can't see you like this.
Yeah. Just go to work. It's okay.
Can I do anything to help?
I don't think so. Like you said, we're too small for it. She kind of slumps in her chair a little bit. I'll get some rest. You just worry about your day.
I do worry about you too, you know.
Well,
And what you say, you are right, but maybe you should find a different perspective on things. Otherwise, you'll just go insane. You already don't sleep.
well, that's because... You know what? Never mind. It's okay.
Anything in particular that bothers you these days?
I just think... In Cascade, it's going to get worse before it gets better. Especially with all these places. Specifically these districts. They're making moves. In the next few years, it's going to happen.
I am not surprised. I do think you're right. But we'll think about it, okay? We'll think what we should do about ourselves and this stuff, okay?
Right. Yeah. She kind of wordlessly walks out of the room. And kind of, you can hear the running water in the bathroom as she kind of splashes her face a little bit.
Joseph, good job.
This memory was poignant for you specifically because, well, this was really the last real conversation you had with her. As you tried to coax her out of it, it seems as if she spiraled into this thing, whatever it was, this conspiracy even, until one day she just left. She moved out with a bag, and your apartment is still your apartment. But Ellie, well, in your dreams right now, you even yourself even think maybe everything happening now is part of that too. Part of what she was thinking of. But in your mind, another thought kind of rises, as in, what really could you have done? So, with all that being said, you take a little bit more time to yourself, understanding that you have a job to do in the morning as well. So if you were going to stay awake to go into the game with everybody else, you needed the rest and you needed the sleep. But as you wake up, everybody has been sleeping for a while. You're the first one to wake because of, because obvious reasons. Is there anything you would like to do in the safe house before either waking everybody up or whatnot?
Well, following the dream, probably. Well, we do have access to the network, I believe, so probably I can look her up. We also kind of met after she left, actually, a couple of times.
Yeah.
Empty conversations, stayed friendly. I kind of want to know if she popped up somewhere. Maybe calling right now is not the best idea. I'm not sure though. Would it be? What would Joseph think?
It's up to you.
Security-wise.
Security-wise, you understand that if you made a call through your glass, regardless of whatever your level of citizenship in Cascade was, you still have your kind of IX security protocols, which keeps your calls safe, keeps the information of the calls safe. So there is still that. But you don't have a working number for Ellie. You just know that she's out there and you've met with her, and she still seemed a little distant from everything. You guys are on friendly terms, but obviously something was bigger than the two of you that she was pursuing.
Well, I guess I'll just do. I'll look her up first. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe she popped up in the news. Maybe I can find a contact. Maybe I can botch my not very great computer skills.
Perfect. If anything, then give me either a technology or a humanities, I would say those two, or a culture check, and pair it with any of your mental attributes.
Excuse me, can you repeat?
So you choose,
what skill?
Either culture, humanities, or technology, however you want to search her up, like in whatever angle you want to search her up.
Yeah, bad at all this.
Perfect.
Which figures?
It might just be a straight attribute check, which is one of your either intellect, cunning, or resolve.
Yeah. I still got one
One success.
success.
With the one success, you kind of go around. You aren't able to find any sort of information, specifically to how to contact Ellie, but you see her. You notice that she was next to someone in a picture, and the picture was from this headline, local just a small local newspaper, and it mentions protesters shot at the 7th Street social services office, and she was standing right next to the person that got shot in the protest.
Who's the person?
Izzy. The Izzy that you don't necessarily know, but in our game, at least, is the one that Sam patched up, and is also Sophie's friend. What I'm mostly trying to say is, at this juncture, the only information that you got from all of this is that your ex is in the Blackwell district, or at least in enough of a close proximity that she's working with the Ghost Wolves, or is being associated with the Ghost Wolves in the Blackwell district.
I'll make a note to myself to talk to Sam about this. He's probably a good person to talk about this.
Because of the, yeah. With that being
I
said-
believe Joseph.
Go for
Sorry,
it.
Joseph doesn't know that he patched up Easy, but but the connection to the wolves is known, so maybe we'll get there.
Yeah, of course. With that being said, the other two of you, Lachlan and Sam, you do wake up, and one of the more interesting things, I would say, is that Sophie's not here. And there is a letter on the bar table at the safe house. And it's
Great, she Dear John'd us.
and it very, very easily just said, Izzy needed help. I'll be back later.
Who the fuck is Izzy?
Izzy's, I know Izzy. Don't worry about it.
What? Okay, that's all of a sudden. So you do know this Easy guy, right?
Girl. But yeah. She's a patient of mine. Comes in after some scrapes, bruises, the occasional bullet hole, you know, typical doctor stuff.
Yeah, completely normal.
It is when you live down here, champ.
All right, so what are our next steps? We've got to figure this shit out, and I'm going to be honest, I'm a little more focused on action. So if I could see some stuff in front of me, I might be able to help you out. But I don't know, maybe big conception stuff is probably something that like a doctor and I mean, what do you focus on? Gesturing at Max's character.
Joseph?
Yeah, I'm less successful in older version of you.
All right. So, what? Off the books? You black budget?
I'm just working security. Didn't get to
okay.
all that stuff, but
Still, Security
That's true.
means that you have. It means you've had access to like
Yeah.
all sorts of corpo bullshit. So you probably have a greater vantage point. So we need to figure out what's on our 6 right now, and then we need to figure out what we're headed toward. Because what? This is all connected, right? It's always some big fucking conspiracy. I say that with a little, I mean it though. There probably is.
I mean,
One thing
at this
I've learned
point,
from. Sorry, go ahead.
at this point, it's not probably. It's right in
Okay,
front of
so
our faces.
let's connect the dots. Unfortunately, she's gone, helping that Iggy. So I don't know. Let's rub your 2 brains together. See what we get. What do you think, Doc?
The only thing I've learned from living in this cesspool of Cascade is that there's always a bigger conspiracy. I try to keep my nose out of it, keep the people who are doing the real work safe. That's how I can help. Other than that,
Real work. Okay, what is the real work? Just rah fight the power?
I mean, sure, but not quite like that.
Is the
It's more like pushing back the infesting rot of the upper class
Listen.
citizens.
Wild? I don't want to give you shit, but you've seemed kind of distracted inside of game recently. You've been tired, man. Is stuff getting worse for the people you're helping? You putting in longer hours?
Let's put it this way. We've logged, what, 3, 4 sessions in the last couple days?
Yeah, that's low for you.
I haven't slept in the last 5 sessions. At all.
Okay. So clue
So
number
yes,
1.
it's getting worse. Much worse.
Yeah, but that's a clue. So, okay, things are getting worse for the people who are doing the good fight, like you say. Well, what are they doing that is eating up more of their time and more of your time? What are they fighting?
The upper city is encroaching, gentrifying, taking out our land, taking out places where people need to live to build more overpriced, undersold housing.
I can confirm it from my side. The security guys get all kind of tasks and jobs in regard of that.
What you guys do do you guys do evictions and stuff too, or is it mostly just protecting like construction and stuff like that?
Usually the latter, but recently the jobs has become more of the first kind, evictions and shady stuff that I try to avoid.
They've got you doing merc work.
Mm-hmm.
Where are they?
And well, they don't. I think it's likely they don't have enough people, so they grab people like me and my colleagues doing this stuff we usually don't do, actually.
Sam is actually... Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm done.
Sam's gonna scoff and he's gonna say, evictions. That's a word for what they're doing to us down here.
Yeah.
Closer to exterminations. Weeding out the rodents.
All
That's how
right.
they're treating us down here.
That's okay. Well, that's not good, but it's good that we've got Joey on the inside here. So there's a good chance that we know where they're going to be deployed next. If you look for some work, go ask around, see where you can get deployed.
Actually, Michael, you can remind me, there was a mission directly related, but I, as player, don't exactly remember the details.
It was a while back, that's for sure.
I remember there was one, though.
Yeah, you had 2 choices. You were one of them was to bodyguard be a bodyguard for the VIP, which now you you don't know yet, but then you have a VIP mission that's coming up. That's the one you chose. And the other one was that they're closing down the Blackwell district's Blackwell Hospital, and they are basically shipping your security forces en masse to protect that venture.
Yeah, so I will relay that information, saying protect that venture. That's the latest one.
A hospital?
Yeah, I didn't take that one. This is you know.
They need them.
All of you know that it is a public hospital, even though that public hospital means you'd probably be riddled with debt afterwards. It is still accessible to everyone for like smaller things.
Okay, so why do they need this much land? Look, I mean, land is good, right? But like, there's a matter of scale. Corpos don't make big moves like this when they can make little moves that net them just as much. So if they can tiptoe into an area, like that's what they do, right? That's how they gentrified the entire fucking city. They just took one block at a time. Why try to take an entire district all at once? There's got to be something big happening, that they need that much land all at once.
Yeah.
But what does this have to do with, well, you know, our dear departed, creator? Insert name of creator who's further back in my notes.
Alexander Vargas.
How does this have to do with Vargas and whether or not he's alive?
It hits something here they're looking for, or there's a whole network of stuff here. But how do we, in any case, how do we search for this connection through the game?
Well, that's what I was going to suggest. It seems like they're hiding government secrets behind the code of a VR game.
Or someone did, yeah. Maybe Vargas hid them there.
I was thinking the same.
All right. This is actually some good news then. Why don't we go play some video games?
I could use a break from my mortal coil. And then I should probably sleep.
Do you want to sleep while there's other people watching you? Or is this you're too busy?
Both. I'm kind of important to this. I'm not tooting my horn. It's just I'm the only doctor that doesn't charge. You don't need insurance to come see me. People who make money off of that stuff don't necessarily want me in business anymore. So I've been busy, but also I'm anxious to close my eyes.
Didn't they say, isn't there that old adage like, physician heal thyself?
Yeah, well.
No offense, man, but like, if I had to get you to remove a bullet, I wouldn't want you doing it if you hadn't slept in 5 days. You might accidentally, like, remove my appendix instead.
You get used to working on little sleep, but
I thought you were going to say I get used to living without an appendix.
I mean, you'd get used to that too, but...
Good. I don't even know what it does.
It does nothing. You literally can't live without it.
That doesn't make any sense. What? Trail off for a second.
I will point out, random ADHD thing does something, but it
I know it does. It does. It's super interesting.
Yeah. Anyways, okay. It's just.
It's like a second floor for the kidney, isn't it?
Yeah.
It purifies your blood. Yeah.
It also creates like good bacteria, so then you.
Yeah, it's a vault for good bacteria.
Yeah.
So like when you have like really bad stomach flu and you end up like destroying your gut biome, that's where you go get the backups.
Yep. Anyways.
It's really cool, but yeah, ADHD, mind meld.
Yeah, I actually studied in university what it does, but really
You can
you
live without.
don't need it.
Yeah,
You
you
don't
don't.
need it. It's nice.
It's
You
good.
know.
Yeah. Having back, it's like, oh yeah, no, if I had a second heart, I don't need it. But if the
You are
first
a
one
Time
fails.
Lord, though.
Anyway, sorry
Well.
about that.
No, you're fine.
Never
Who's
apologize for the
without
ADHD.
ADHD? Who's
Yeah,
without
exactly.
ADHD in this game?
With all that being said, though, some of the thoughts that kind of flash through in everybody's mind, I would say, just like almost like reminders, the DM reminders.
Thank you.
Number one is Sam understands that they have technically been piecing Blackwell away, like piece by piece. Social services is gone. Any sort of job hunting related things, all of it is gone. The police department is essentially, and the security and the whatnot is essentially working against the people now, imposing curfews. So the hospital shutting down seems to basically be the next step, and it is exactly that what Lachlan was mentioning, which was instead of taking it block by block, they're trying to crash the entire district and leave people with no support system, with no governing support system. So there is that kind of deal that's going on. On another completely unrelated note, though, Lachlan, you're in your mind ping and remember, in a different life, in your actual job, Ruby Bennett was a person that you had come across in your investigations, and it is definitely something that is as confidential as confidential can be, because everybody on the outside world understands that aberrants don't exist anymore in the world, but being who you are, you understand otherwise. And one of the names that keep popping up during your investigations while searching for potential aberrants in Cascade was Ruby Bennett. So even though on the outside everybody understands the meeting, understands how that happened, and you kind of went through the meeting, in the back of your mind you've always been like, this is a person that I've been searching for outside of this. So there is that thought as well.
Okay. And Ruby Bennett was the one that we encountered in the game.
No, the one
right?
the one in the cafe, the one that you
Oh
encountered in the
yeah.
cafe.
God, it's only been 2 weeks. Oh my God, yes, absolutely.
Should we be playing this game every week? Would that help?
For mystery games, that does help. I feel like
I think we might just do that and make it a little bit easier on the players and probably the people watching too. We'll see how that works.
I think we mostly remember stuff.
Yeah, no, we mostly remember.
I have new puppy dad brain right now, so like
you're good.
I got the dog 2 days after that episode, so everything's just gone. Okay.
But I mean, that means I get to see you guys every week. That'd be really cool.
It's true. That's also nice.
Would be cool.
Okay. We need to check in and find more about our coffee shop date. Ruby had a lot of information on us, and a lot of information for us. She probably knows more.
Yeah.
Okay, so where do we go from here? Or do we just start plugging code? Honestly, that seems like we might get something else inside there.
I don't know, Joe. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, We should probably go in the game.
All right.
I think I should tell you, my job, I have this VIP task that came up. Oh, and I'll tell you, basically. I believe you discovered this connection, right? From last time Michael told me.
Not necessarily the complete connection, but I would say that after you guys explain it right now, you could very easily kind of match up that that Victor Quinn is the person that all the other people know, thanks to Ruby Bennett, that is coming to visit, and at the same time you're escorting and being a bodyguard for a VIP. So, kind of putting two and two together, you are escorting Victor Quinn. So that kind of puzzle piece kind of clicks in for everybody.
But it's not happening right now, so we might as well check the game and plan for that.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's grab some Mountain Dew and some Doritos and let's get to gaming, folks.
Yeah.
Sam, I also have a question for you.
Sam's kind of rubbing his eyes. Yeah, what's up?
Feel a little guilty. You're busy helping people, unlike me. But I have a good old friend that might be caught up in all this, and I'll show you the newspaper article with Ellie and Easy, and like say I know her, and we were close once, met once in a while, and she was very, very concerned about stuff in this district, so connected to your good friend. Maybe you can use your people to check on her at least. I'd really appreciate it.
Storyteller, have I seen this person before?
Does he have a picture? He has a
Yeah, he shows me a picture.
So, yeah, in the recent years you have seen her. You've definitely seen her. She's kind of a little bit behind the chair type deal with for everybody, and especially in the Ghost Wolves in that district. You know her as Ellie Weaver, and even though she has a little bit more of a mysterious background in the sense that it seems like she kind of just popped up. She didn't necessarily like live there like everybody else for a very long time, but she's been very, very helpful.
Well, she's certainly been doing her part around here, but I haven't seen her in a bit. I'll put out some feelers, see what I can find.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah. All right. Shall we jack in?
Game on.
Okay. With that, a little bit of change in scenery for all of us here, and then boop. Cool. As the swirl of colors happen, and your consciousness kind of melds back into the game, everything kind of repieces itself. The last time you were here, you were in front of a save crystal that was in the pyramid, but as you kind of reconstitute pieces of the scenery, you notice that the floor, instead of the stone that you were in, is sand and dirt. The stone walls around you kind of built up by wood logs, and planks. The roof itself also wood and planks. And there was no door in this corridor. There was no door in this room, but now there is a small wooden door to the side of the room. Right now, as soon as the scenery completely surrounds you, you check the bottom of the screen wherever your bottom of your peripheral vision is, where they usually keep kind of like the title of the place. It's still the same title. It's still kind of like the question marks, and then the pyramid of truth is still at the very bottom of it. But this doesn't seem like the floor that you ended up on. In fact, it just doesn't seem like anything that you notice.
It changed.
Huh. Well, this is different.
This is not the level we logged out on.
What would you like
Things
to
are
do?
getting weird.
Might be the same level. Might have reconstructed it.
Perhaps. That does seem to keep happening in the game.
Guess I'll scan for illusions and magic signatures. That tended to help.
Okay.
Do it to it.
Give me a roll. However you want to spin it with your magic. Tell me what you are wanting to roll for it. I believe it'll just be an Arcana check, and
Yeah.
whichever
That's
approach you would like to choose with.
the way we did it for.
Now,
Oh, so
for the people at home, this game is really interesting because you get to play two different characters with two different character sheets. The in-game character sheet is a little bit smaller, but the roles are completely different, which is really fun.
I have 4.
Four successes. Jeez, that's crazy. You scan, and there doesn't seem to be anything magical about it, but it seems like now that you remember it, there is a potential that what you saw before was the illusion, but you never bothered to scan it before because it was the exact same style of room as the other floors. But you're almost beginning to realize that every single floor is supposed to be different. There's supposed to be something that's changed, and the illusion was that it looked the same.
They played us. The
do
way
you
it
mean?
looked before was the illusion. This is the real version. That's how it was even then.
But doesn't that mean we're winning because we're not illused anymore?
No winning now.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, the wood door is real. The room itself is real. So what would you all
Game
like to
can
do?
be.
Okay. So are we going? Like what, through the door?
We might as well.
Well, I'm not opening it.
Well, I believe Wild usually works as our scout. If you don't mind, of course. Or we can go. I'm fine going all in.
No, that is fine. Wild will push open the door. Not go in, just open it.
Okay. See, if I was an evil DM, I would just be like, it's actually a pull door and it doesn't open. But I mean, just saying. But see, I'm a nice one. As you push the door, it swings out, and you notice the outside is basically what seems to be an opening to a village of some sort. the dirt path kind of goes horizontally along the way. In front of you, you do see 2 other kind of small log cabins.
Okay. Wild is going to do what he's done every time we've approached something strange. He's going to click off his mask so it's just that open hole, and then his limbs fall limp, and the tiny little blue animus pops out and moves forward as I use my uninhabit ability.
Nice. As Puppy shows
And I
up.
look like that.
Good job,
Wild has decided his animus looks like a puppy.
Wild licks my ear, apparently.
Hey,
Wild.
look, you know what? You started taking care of Wild. Wild isn't used to being taken care of. He's feeling very attached to Wild right now.
I'm contacting HR, Wild.
The spirit kind of roams around on the outside, and you notice that it is a long village. It's not like dotted in the way that you would see a village kind of twist and turn in a sense, but right where you are right now, it seems like you're in the middle of a row of cabins, but then at the very far end, to the right side, there's a fountain, and in front of a fountain there's a standing figure. Can't make out what the figure is, but there is a standing figure.
Okay. The animus goes back in. Wild's body clicks back up, and he picks up the regular face, clicks it on. It does not appear to be dangerous, but there is someone waiting by the fountain there.
All right, let's go talk to him then. Them.
Okay. As all of you kind of exit the cabin and just crossing the threshold, you feel a kind of whoosh, because this is the first time out of every single one of these floors you feel wind. Certain senses that you were very, very used to within the game that's supposed to simulate real life sounds and environmental, like kind of just very easily the wind and all that. All of it was gone for so long that you didn't even notice it until you come back and you could hear the wind. You can feel the atmosphere. And with that small stunned silence and Puppy on the screen, let's take a quick break. We will be back in around 5 minutes or so, maybe to the 10 or the 10-minute mark, and after that we will continue our little roll in Cascade.
Beautiful.
Catch you all later. You know, I always do the one for a little bit longer because of that stuff. Anyways, we're back. So, as
We're
all of
back.
you, as all of you finally feel environment again and atmosphere, kind of takes you for a little bit of a loop, but you are now staring at a row of cabins. If you turn to the back, okay, if you turn to the right side, that's where you see the fountain and the figure standing there. Turn to your back, it seems completely endless. It just goes on in a straight line into the horizon.
I think Wild, being untrustworthy and also, just kind of on edge, is going to turn to the rest of the group and say, I'm going to scout from a distance and make sure that if this is some sort of ambush, that not everyone gets caught in it. And he clicks off his mask, puts it to the side, and brings up the panther mask, clicks it on, and just transformers into the panther form and sort of slinks off to the side.
You can go ahead and make a stealth check.
Second, is my illusion detection still on? Maybe
Your
I can
illusion
warn him about
detection
something.
is I will say that it is on. And I will say that you do detect things, but it is like almost like a mosaic of feelings on your detection.
Be right
you don't
back.
actually see exactly what it is. This only could tell you two things. Number one is there are illusions somewhere, and you don't necessarily know it is in front of you in that sense. However,
Sorry, my dice were in a different room.
You're good. However, that doesn't necessarily mean that it isn't very powerful illusions, because it is messing with your particular Arcana check.
Well, this is like a whole mosaic of stuff. Not necessarily super powerful, but be extra careful, I guess. Maybe I can point him, give him a bit, point to more dense areas, let's say.
Remind me, just because we haven't been in game for a second, are 6s or 7 successes when
Sevens.
we're okay? One
No.
success.
Yeah, 7s are always successes. Technically, you're supposed to be like, well, if you're playing in a non-powered, it's 8s or successes, etc. I'm like, no, let's just put 7s everywhere and have fun with it, because that's usually how fun works. Okay. With 1 success, you were able to slink behind the cabins and kind of go around the back, and now seeing around the back, there is so many empty, unfilled spaces beyond the row of cabins that it's almost eerie, in the sense that this isn't something that is AI, like, completely generated for the game, it seems like. Because what you're used to is that even if it is AI generated, it is still kind of complemented with a lot of the human work, in the sense that they'll build the environments to mirror a fantasy setting. If you have a village, then you have trees and forests around it, or either that, or you have plains that kind of continue on, and you would see dots of vegetation and things. No, this is dirt, sand, row of cabins, fountain. Outside of those cabins, nothing. Empty horizon. Maybe that,
Kind of
yeah.
kind of a slab that I would produce, and then the level designers will work around it.
Exactly. It almost seems like it's incomplete, but then you realize that you're supposed to be indoors. You're supposed to be in the pyramid. That's what the game tells you. As you continue walking forward, you hear creaks from the cabins. Some of the cabins creak a little bit louder, some a little bit softer. Joseph, you notice one, where the kind of like the illusionary mosaic kind of covers it mostly, but then you do notice it kind of almost trembling a little bit. But then you get to approach closer and closer towards the figure. Would you actually approach close enough to see who they are? You notice now that their back is turned. How would the three of you like to approach?
Well, since Wild is scouting ahead, maybe I should relay to him that I see disturbance that you mentioned.
I'll check it out.
You walk towards the cabin that kind of trembled a little bit. And how do you want to check it out? Kind of sight, touch, like what
Sight,
would you like?
yeah.
To do? You look at it, and I think you kind of lean in closer and look at it. It looks like the cabin is breathing. You could see that the planks, the panels from between just do kind of like a kind of expanding a little bit and breathing to like a small beat.
Guys, what are we seeing?
Okay, so Wild is going to step back around the cabin and sort of shake his head so the mask drops off and he takes on his more humanoid form, pick up the mask, put on his regular mask. The cabins seem to be alive.
Is
Oh.
this a gazebo joke? Are we inside the gazebo joke?
You know, I wouldn't put it past the game creators to do that, but I also think that this gazebo is actually a threat.
Mm-hmm.
We're in an actual warehouse situation, spelled W-E-R-E.
Oh.
Ha,
Need
ha,
backup?
ha, ha, ha.
Okay, so do we just kick in the door and kick some ass, or what? Like, what's the plan? Do we have a plan?
I think
Find
we
an
need to
ass?
talk to this figure. They may have more answers for us.
Okay,
Yeah.
and this figure's like right in front of us, right?
Yeah, close to. I'd say like probably around 20 feet. You're like not too close yet.
Hey, you!
The figure slowly turns around.
Yeah, you
and
mysterious figure!
He kind of pulls over the hood a little bit,
Ooh.
and it is it is just exactly again the visage of Lachlan's your sister.
Oh.
And just kind of tilts her head sideways and a little bit. Welcome back.
Who are you?
I'm part of the game here. One of the narrators. I figured it was easier to talk to all of you if at least one of you found my face familiar. My designation is Jane.
And Jane. But
Someone else talk to Jane, please.
yeah, I believe your approach didn't work. You crapped him out.
Well, there are only limited choices that I could make.
Please, let's not try other choices, okay?
And
Do something neutral.
she kind of, without any sort of provocation, takes the face and just kind of pulls it from the bottom up and reveals like just emptiness, just almost a shiny mirrored emptiness as it kind of rips off. Right.
Completely neutral, yeah.
I would be fearful. I would assume that this visage would be a little bit more disturbing.
We went from one type of disturbance to another one, but please, please just let's get to business.
She takes a step forward, like you could see her move her foot, and instead of taking one step, as soon as soon as her foot drops onto the floor, she almost glitches forward. So it's almost like a gliding motion, but you don't see how she gets from point A to point B. And she's kind of approaching you closer and closer, and just goes, I understand that you are trying to reach the top of the pyramid, and while I am very, very happy for your progress, I would let you know that you are still a ways away. Not too far. But there are certain things that our creator wants to show you before anything.
Okay.
The reason for me to be here is, well, I'm supposed to provide you with some sort of guideline, some sort of help. It is my designation here for this particular quest. So... She kind of pauses. Is there anything you would like to ask me? I would allow one question from all of you, each of you, and I would answer it to the best of my abilities, and then from there we will continue on your quest.
Ideas?
So just one question each, I guess. Um,
At this
what's
point,
really going on with Alexander Vargas?
it is a vague question, but
Fair.
I would say that a vague question would get a vague answer. He is
Shit.
hiding.
Okay, cool. Then hiding means alive. That's good.
Hmm.
What is alive? In your definition, may not be the
Breathing?
same alive in my definition.
Well, still existing is probably good.
Hmm.
That is an interesting statement. And forgive me that this is outside of the rules that my creator has given me, but I would postulate that if you say someone is existing, then that means that I am also existing, as I am able to converse with you. So, in essence, would that mean that I am also alive?
Hmm. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Sure.
Then it makes this conversation much more simple. She kind of relaxes backwards a little bit.
Hmm. Can be. Maybe he like digitizes consciousness, right? Not alive in a colloquial sense.
Is that a question for me?
No, no, no. Just throwing ball around. Hmm. What we're supposed to do here to get closer to the top?
Straightforward question. You are essentially, and she kind of moves a little bit to the side, and once again she kind of just glitches to the side a little bit. Beyond the fountain, you see that there are just a wall of cabins. You are supposed to just find the right door in this one. There are certain clues, but this level in particular is simple.
Well, I mean, you need to find the door is not exactly an answer. And that's what we were doing all along. Shouldn't you provide some instructions for us? I'd say you're doing a bad job.
Well, there are doors here, and one of them is correct.
Is there like a puzzle of some kind?
There is.
What are the rules?
That's more than one question, wouldn't you say so?
Well, it is clarification on my first question.
And I clarified. There are doors. You could see her head move, but you don't see any like emotions or anything. And she just kind of points over to every single cabin, and one of them is correct.
How many cabins are there? Question to GM.
There are a lot. However, the fountain kind of finishes in a cul-de-sac sort of way, so the cabins are in a circle,
Mm-hmm.
and that's all you know. So you could see,
Oh,
if you count, there's like 10 cabins in a circle in front of you, and then there's the entire row, everything in the back.
that was kind of useless. wild. Maybe you can throw at her something wild.
I'm drawing a blank. Do either of you have another question you didn't get to ask? You can use mine for that.
I feel like I kind of wasted my question, so I don't want to waste yours too.
Same here.
What is
Here
the
she's-
penalty for failure?
Oh,
On this level, or this quest in general?
This level. Failure of the quest is immaterial, for we will not fail. But this level is difficult.
Well, there is no particular failure in that sense, but I would say if you are not able to find the door in this go-around, the door resets, and you will be unable to proceed.
Do we? No, we only get one question.
so that was useless.
Though it sounds like we may have unlimited tries. If the door resets, we just have to continue trying.
Hmm. Well,
That is
Gazebos will
exactly
probably
true.
attack us.
It reminds me of an old game I've read about on forums, where you had to push a button in a trash can to access the third gym leader. Regardless, we should be careful which door we choose, in case we don't get unlimited tries.
There's like
Um,
no expression, but when you say in case we don't get unlimited tries, you could very noticeably tell that there was like moving, kind of signs of moving from Jane to no moving whatsoever, just kind of pauses. Well, with that, your questions are used. I would remind you that I will be able to show up every once in a while and offer you more assistance. However, please do keep in mind that my questions do not, or my answers may or may not pertain to the game itself. Although you could use them for the game, you could use them for something else as well. Something for
That would
the-
have been useful information to lead with.
Yes, but it goes to show that you have more pressing matters in front of you. You don't have the luxury to understand whether or not, or what you're doing this for.
Then let's not waste any more time. Let's investigate these doors and figure out where we need to go.
From
Yeah.
previous description, my understanding is that no particular door or gazebo stands out to my vision,
No.
magic vision. Magic shows me nothing. In regard of the doors, they are all the same. So something else should be done. Maybe. What will happen if we blow everything up like we did in that forest,
Ooh.
huh?
Oh, I can help with that. I can help with that.
Let's blow everything up. What do you say?
I'm gonna blow everything up. Wait,
I
did you say
think
that?
that may be the wrong answer in this case.
Boo.
Well,
Fine.
that's like the thing we're best at, really. So, I mean, you know, with a hammer, every problem seems like a nail.
Ooh, a nail? Where's a nail?
See?
I'm gonna nail it. Okay. Um. they're doors, right?
Yep.
I mean, these are cabins. There's gonna be doors. We're in a game. Let's play the way we're supposed to. I'm gonna kick open the door. I'm gonna blow open the door with magic.
Okay, which one are you doing? If you would want to, you could
Mhm.
always choose to roll a dice, and it would be 1 to 10. The doors in front of you.
God, Riku is basically just what happens when Lachlan has too many pixie sticks. 4.
4. Okay. As soon as that happens, you shoot. What do you shoot? A fireball or something like that? Just
Yeah, just a ray of heart-shaped love that also is fire.
yeah. It's like the ray of love has like streaks of fire kind of on the side of it until it just burns through the hole.
It's
And
passionate love.
It's very
And-
passionate love.
it's yeah.
Eros blast.
The figure in front of you now is basically turned into a wooden mannequin before you guys even noticed anything. But as soon as you shot that, the door bursts open. There's absolute
I did
darkness
it!
inside. So you have no idea what's happening inside. But you hear rumbling from behind you.
Did I trigger a boss fight? Oh, thank fuck. In this tiny squeaky voice.
Did they trigger a boss fight, GM?
Well, I don't know if it's a boss fight, but you do notice that specifically the one that it was breathing starts to uproot itself and kind of walk
Okay.
over. And
Oh, it's a mobile home.
The
Ha!
the
I
wood kind
attack
of
the gazebo.
the wood kind of compacts itself into like just a large face, and it's just like a wooden mannequin head, and to the size of a cabin that just kind of slowly floats towards you.
I was about to say, does it have chicken legs?
Just small little legs that just like kind of like doing this thing. No, it's just a giant head that just slowly goes and follows that path in front of you, or behind you at least.
We can fight, or we can go through the door, I think. I vote for the door, but we'll stick with you.
I vote for fight. Wild. Tiebreaker.
I vote for both. And Wild's gonna crack off his mask, put on the Green Man mask, and slam his staff into the ground to use grasping vines to try and hold the house still.
Go. Perfect.
My
What
puppy
a-
is
what a
not
way.
impressed with Riku.
What a way, just like holding the house down. Go ahead and make. I think you should
Look,
be.
man. Sometimes you just gotta hold the house down.
Yeah, I mean,
Good.
make your attack.
Okay, so let's see. That is finesse plus magic +2 +1 +2. So, sorry, hold on. I have to do a lot of math in my head because I over optimized. I'm
Or
really
bigger.
good at this one thing.
And
Okay,
holding the house down.
so yeah, I will hold the house down. Okay. So because I have a +1 staff and an enhanced focus, and this is an area attack, I'm rolling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dice, and I get 2 automatic successes.
Clean.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is 8 successes.
With 8 successes, the vines are. It's like if freaking Jumanji just showed up, like in front of you. Like the vines are gigantic, almost large tree trunks that kind of wrap around this face, and it's like constricting it. And you could see it still trying to barrel through, but it is significantly slowed down. It is not moving in whatsoever. and it's just very barely kind of eking forward, and you can hear the creaking of the wood as well as like kind of like the tightening of your vines. It's still struggling. You don't know how long it's gonna hold, but it is very, very sturdy right now.
Magisterium, you can move through the door if you'd like. Riku, burn the house down.
Our house in the middle of my blast.
I'll join in with some fireballs, I guess.
Okay. Big.
All right, I'll go in front of Magisterium and just basically like do a status effect to make it easier for them. So she's gonna cast a spell that basically drops all of these glittering pink heart chains that like smash it to the ground if possible.
Okay.
I love
So-
how horrifying from like a gaming point of view our group is. It's just like we've got two cannons, and then the guy's that's just like, you're not moving. They're gonna hit you in the face. Like
That's good. That I wanted you guys to be like the best of the best for a reason, and this is terrifying stuff. Like PvP wise, like what do you do against this? Anyways, all right.
and Riku can also do that chain thing. Oh, this is so good. We're such a good
Oh,
group,
yeah.
guys.
We're
Let's
a
play
good
WoW
group.
after this.
Oh God.
Yeah, let's not.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with Les not doing that.
Wow.
And then with Joseph Magisterium, what are you going to do? Just big fireball?
Big fireball. I mean, it's made of wood, and I also seem enhancement give you an automatic success, right?
Yes.
I seem to
Enhancement.
have 6 successes without trolling, because
That
I
is
have
kind of gross.
yes
So
from the focus, the specialization on magic attack.
the specialization is actually it's
Oh.
very gross. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Element. And focus, elemental specialization, and magic. Okay.
Yeah, that's gross.
Okay, I also rolled 3 10s.
You also
I
rolled
also
three
rolled
ten-
3. Yeah, no, this is great.
And
Man,
then
we're gonna
yeah,
burn this house down.
you get to re-roll those tens because that's how that works.
Okay, that would be 11 successes. My oh my.
Jeez.
11 successes. Yeah, no.
I
Not even like overly explaining it with the chains that kind of come and kind of drop down from Riku, and then also just this giant spiraling fireball that just barrels through this thing. It just shatters. Like the face of the wood face kind of caves in, and as soon as that the fireball hits the wood, all the vines kind of pull apart, and the vines and the fireball and the chains itself just kind of shatter the entire face. And
Bitch.
it is
Goodbye,
completely
Baba
destroyed.
Yaga.
And while you were looking that way, you turn around, the cabin's gone. The one that had the door open, that particular cabin is completely gone.
Oh shit.
There are nine
Aw.
more cabins.
Only if we had some kind of AI NPC that would explain us the rules. Apparently we had none. Great stuff.
You say this, and at the end you just kind of like think about it. It's like Jane's supposed to be social interaction, so there's technically someone that's supposed to be telling you the rules and or not telling you the rules.
I was sarcastic.
No, yep, that is true. So there are 9 doors left.
Okay, so what now? Do we just
Well,
keep going
let's-
through them, or?
Yeah, let's pick one at random and this time go through the door. I tried
Well,
the other
pick.
way.
I'll pick one. And
Do it.
Wild just points.
They all look the same, right?
They all look the same, yes.
Okay.
Which
I
one do
have
you
an
pick?
idea.
Yeah.
It might not work, but I'm gonna try something.
Okay.
So I'm going to take my staff And I'm going to use the crystal at the end of my staff to just carve a little cut into all of the doors.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to stand in the middle, and I'm going to put on my the sort of like angelic mask that has the open mouth, and I'm going to use healing song, and I'm going to see if any of the doors heal the cut.
Ooh, that is a really interesting one. I would say that these are you just going to do it in the circle?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. None of them heal. I would say that if any of the other ones outside of the circle was done that same way, then you would see that they healed. And the only reason I'm giving you this information is because that was such a cool idea. But these 10 particular ones, or 9 at least at this point, do not heal. So you can already tell that these 9 are separate from all the ones behind you.
Fascinating. And he clicks it off, puts the regular mask back on. I'm going to try this one. So he's just going to go to a random door and open it.
Okay, so I will say that you've for my sake, the 4th door is gone. What other
Okay.
number do you choose?
I will choose number 6 because I like that number.
Number 6 is a good number. Okay. When you open the door, it is still just as dark inside. And you hear creaking once more from behind you. This time,
Quickly, no.
this time behind you, the one of the other houses kind of approach, and immediately, as it kind of forms into a large spike, and it drives itself into the ground. And you could see burrowing lines kind of start splitting up multiple times. It's like it goes from one burrowing line to branching out into 2, and then into 4, into 8, into 16, and it's almost converging onto all of you. And it's almost
Quickly
at a
now.
breakneck speed.
Let's be
Quickly
quick.
now.
Yeah. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. In.
And then as soon as you walk through the darkness, you hear a as spikes kind of close in onto the door. And you walk into the dark a little bit more, and bright light kind of glows, and kind of a little bit disorienting in that sense. And after the light dissipates, you are standing in front of the fountain, and there are 8 doors left.
Did we?
Well,
Okay. Do we just do this like this many more times, or like what?
well, no better options.
The fountain is
Let's
still
take-
flowing water, by the way. You remember, as soon as Jane started talking, the water started flowing. But it does not...
maybe the fountain has some kind of key,
Oh my
engraved
god,
or...
I hate referencing this old shitty book. I'm gonna go drink some water from the fountain.
Okay. So as you do so, it's mostly just water. But you do notice that the fountain head is only spraying fountain out of one side.
Are you kidding me? Which way is it pointing?
It's pointing to the 8th door.
No. Oddly enough, that's the one I would choose at random. You're asking for the number.
What? You've been wasting our time. Come on, let's go. No, you gotta just.
We just need to
go.
follow your instincts from now on. All right, so I guess we're going to that one.
Yeah.
So once you open that door, it is not darkness. It just is another, it's basically an inside, and there's a sphere inside, and it's a teleportation sphere. And you have a small little arrow that's like in the middle of the sphere that's kind of pointing upwards.
Classy.
So as soon as all of you touch that teleportation circle, or orb, and get transported into another area, the colors this time, instead of moving forward like all the time when you do go into teleportations and whatnot, it kind of shines straight up for all of you. And slowly the colors kind of meld into brightness and slowly coming back in from bottom up, builds up these this image in front of you. And you look around. It's a city now. Not necessarily as high tech or anything here, but it does seem like a fantasy, like a high fantasy setting city.
This is cool. This is different.
It's almost as if, and Wild would know this, but it's almost as if someone put a skin over the Blackwell district, because it is piece by piece, at least in front of you, distinctly a road, like a street that you know that you've traveled on through the Blackwell district many times, but you see these NPCs kind of walking around. You notice that there's a hustle and bustle and whatnot. It's like a high fantasy version of the Blackwell district.
This looks like home.
Like how so? Like what do you mean?
Like actual home.
Like
The
actual
district
home
where
home?
I live. It's like someone just put something over my home. Like they laid a
Wild.
blanket over the district.
This makes no sense. I'm sorry.
No.
Oh,
it
like the
doesn't.
Blackwell district. Oh,
Yes.
Yep.
I got you now. Maybe we should find your home. Could it be the intent?
Huh.
I am slightly concerned that if we locate the location of my hospital in a game that everyone can access, then the programmers will know where my hospital is.
They literally pinpointed our locations before. I believe this is I mean, they already know.
I think we should go in and look around and see what's
Yeah.
up.
Let's
'Cause-
investigate first.
Like, I know that you're afraid, but it's okay to be afraid. It's not okay to be a wimp, though. So let's
Not afraid
go.
for myself. But okay.
Well, nobody's going to figure this out if it's not us, because everybody else sucks. All right? We're
You're not
obviously
wrong.
the protagonists. Yeah, exactly.
As you walk forward a little bit, all of you get a small notification that says save point accessed.
Oh, yes, please.
You kind of turn around and there's no save crystal, but you've locked in this particular mission, or you've locked in this particular level at least.
Well,
what would you like to do here? Well,
Looks
actually,
like an
looking at the time, I would say that having the everything saved and whatnot, and seeing that this is exactly Blackwell District, this is where we're gonna probably stop.
Nice.
With that
we
though,
hit the ground running.
you get to hit the ground running the next time, which is super cool.
Mhm.
And we will. Oh my god! Actually, the next session is gonna be kind of fun. I mean, every session is kind of fun. I will say. I hope.
Oh, good. Finally.
Yeah,
Finally some fun. Jeez.
Real quick though,
Woo.
let's work on some of that XP. How did everybody do this time?
Oh, boy. Oh, God. I forgot to do my aspiration.
I also didn't do anything like that.
Did I? Hold on.
Got.
I'm just going to type some in right now.
Yeah, totally not gonna metagame the. What,
Totally not. Get a puppy. What do you know?
Yeah. Wow.
Mm.
No. I have not honored my sister's memory or been a rival witch to Vex yet because Vex wasn't here, so I'm out. I didn't have a third one
Okay.
for this episode.
So you do get the one for the episode first,
Yay!
and then Joseph or Sam did you work on any of your aspirations throughout this particular session?
I think I might have.
Okay.
I think that I could say that because I held the house still so that everyone else could blast it, I helped someone who needed me.
That works. Yeah.
Okay.
That does work.
I'm out this time because Joseph tries to be generally less direct in solving problems, less violent, and I burned a face. That's my main thing I've done today,
Okay.
which is the opposite.
All right.
Most fun though.
It was definitely indeed fun. Man, that's a great question, Jojo. I really kind of want to do this weekly now. It's been kind of fun, but we do have to take care of the understanding that everybody's schedule. We'll still have to work with everybody's schedule, and also it is holiday season soon, and it might be a next year thing. That sounds like it's such a long time away, but it's not. So we'll see. But that
We'll talk in
means,
our.
yeah, we'll talk. That means Sam gets 2 XP, Joseph and Lachlan both gets 1 XP, and for completing another level, you get an additional XP. So everybody gets one additional XP. So 2, 2, and 3.
Nice.
So
I have 3 XP total.
remember
I
to
should spend my
spend
XP.
them. There is some.
Because I
really
have
fun-
14.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely something to spend. But with that being said, well, I didn't want to waste people's time with. If anybody wants to find out who we are once more, you can just kind of rewind a little bit to the front. We will. Yep, that just like that, and we will. For now, this next month, this coming month, we'll probably still do bi-weekly, and then we'll see what happens later on. But with that being said, thank you all for joining, and I hope to see you next time on an Onyx Path with Trinity Continuum Anima, Masks in the Mirror. But for now, catch you all later. Bye.
Bye.
Doggo says bye too.
Dogo says bye.